Hello, everyone. I'm Alvin. Welcome to Weekly VOC News, where we bring you the latest and the most significant news around Chinland this week. Here are tonight's news headlines. In Chinland, a junta airstrike hit Didim and Minda townships last night, reportedly killing 12 civilians, including children and religious leaders. On April 9th, the Chin Brotherhood announced that its operation to seize control of Falam town, part of its ongoing Chin Brotherhood military campaign, has been successfully completed. In the northern part of Chinland, the Zomi Revolutionary Army (ZRA) reportedly set fire to Nedzang and Bungmual villages in Tonzang Township, bringing the entire villages to ashes. We'll now present the major incidents that occur in Chinland over the past week. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates on key events happening in Chinland this week. In Chinland Tidim and Mindut townships, an airstrike by the military junta last night reportedly killed 12 civilians, including children and religious leaders. On April 9th, around midnight, while residents were asleep, the military junta carried out an airstrike on Zagain village in Didim Township, resulting in the deaths of 6 civilians, including a 5-year-old child, according to the local sources. The village of Saizang, located about 7 miles from Didim town, was bombed without any prior ground engagement or clashes in the area. The airstrike killed 43-year-old Ba Bao Xian Kam, his 40-year-old wife Nu Jing Sandon, and their children Kam Mun Van, 17 years old, Kim Date Piang, 14, Jing Xianrom, 10, and Xuan Date Xian, 5. Another son reportedly survived with serious injuries. Additionally, 3 homes were completely destroyed and over 10 more houses were damaged, local residents reported. In a similar attack, the junta also bombed Pui village in Minda Township, southern Chin State, between 8:40 p.m. and 9 p.m. on April 9, using 500-pound bombs. The airstrike killed 6 civilians, including children and a religious leader. According to a local resident, those killed included a Christian pastor, 2 elderly people, a person with disabilities, an 8-month-old baby, and a 7-year-old child. The attack also injured 9 people and damaged about 10 houses, including the AG Church building. These airstrikes came just after the Chin Brotherhood and its allied forces announced on April 9th that they had fully seized control of the junta's last remaining stronghold in Falam Township, Light Infantry Battalion 268. Following that loss, the junta appears to have retaliated by bombing civilian areas with no military presence. On April 9th, the Chin Brotherhood announced that its military operation to seize control of Falam town, part of the border Chin Brotherhood campaign, had been successfully completed. The Chin Brotherhood launched its Falam town seizure operation on November 9th, 2024. Despite the junta's heavy resistance, including the deployment of LIB 268 and reinforcements from various allied forces, along with more than 1,000 airstrikes, the Chin Brotherhood declared on April 9th, exactly 5 months later, that the entire Falam township had been cleared of junta forces. To prevent the fall of Falam, the junta had bolstered its defense by reinforcing the town with around 100 troops from LIB 89 in December 2024 and another 100 troops from LIB 391 under Division 77 in March 2025. According to the Chin Brotherhood, the junta conducted over 1,000 airstrikes during this period. The successful liberation of Falam Township was attributed to the unwavering determination of the Chin Brotherhood and its allied forces, the tactical and arms support from the Arakan Army AA, and the unified contributions of local civilians who supported the effort with logistics and resources. The statement also expressed deep respect and honor for the fallen heroes, the wounded soldiers, and the brave commanders and troops who fought fearlessly and relentlessly to achieve this victory. The Chin Brotherhood reaffirmed its commitment to continue the revolution alongside its allies, with the ultimate goal of toppling the military dictatorship and building a federal democratic union. According to the announcement, 17 Allied forces took part in the 5 month long Falam operation, and a large cache of weapons and ammunition was seized from junta troops. The villages of Netzang and Bungwal in Tonzang Township, northern Chinland, were reportedly burned to ashes after being set on fire by Zomi Revolutionary Army (ZRA). The ZRA, which has been cooperating with the military junta, launched an offensive on April 3rd in an attempt to seize Tonzang town, an area under the control of CDF Tonzang. Clashes broke out between the ZRA and Chinland Council forces and continue until April 4th. As the ZRA suffered losses and retreated, they allegedly set fire to Nutzang village on April 4th, resulting in the destruction of more than 80 houses according to local sources. Over 350 residents of Netzang are currently displaced and have been taken refuge in Tonzang town, and they are reportedly in urgent need of humanitarian assistance. Zarari forces also set fire to Bungwal village on Sunday, April 6th, destroying 34 houses. The displaced civilians from that village are likewise in need of support. Tonzang town has been under the control of the Chinland Council and CDF Tonzang forces since May 23, 2024, after they successfully seized it from the junta, making it a junta-free zone. While the area had been relatively quiet, with no recent military activities, partly due to the focus on earthquake recovery, ZRA took the opportunity to launch an incursion into Tonzang, local sources reported. The Chin National Front (CNF) has declared that the Zomi Revolutionary Army (ZRA), which is aligned with the military junta, must be held accountable for the senseless burning of Netzang village in Tonzang Township, northern Chinland. According to CNF, ZRA launched an offensive on April 3rd against Tonzang, a town under the control of the Chinland Council Joint Forces, resulting in clashes. After being repelled by Qin resistant forces, ZRA troops retreated but set fire to over 80 homes in Netzang village, deliberately destroying the residences of innocent civilians. The CNF emphasized that this attack occurred during a time when the entire country was facing the aftermath of a natural disaster earthquake, and when an atmosphere of humanitarian assistance and an unilateral ceasefire was in effect. They stated that ZRA's calculated assault on both resistant forces and innocent civilians was completely unacceptable and intolerable, and that they would respond accordingly when necessary. Since the Myanmar military coup in 2021, ZRA has reportedly cooperated closely with junta forces led by General Min Aung Hlaing and has repeatedly attempted to disrupt operations of the CNF and local defense groups in various ways. Moreover, CNF accused ZRA of being involved in the systematic cultivation, production, and trade of opium in northern Chinland, particularly in Tedim and Tonzang townships, since around 2010, allegedly forcing local civilians to grow poppies on vast lands. In CNF's view, ZRA is a militant group that sustains itself through narcotics production and has consistently carried out violent acts against local defense forces and civilians in northern Chin state who rose up during the Spring Revolution. Residents of Zone 5 in Kamplet Township, southern Chin State, have issued a warning that they will collectively resist if forced conscription by the Arakan Army AA and CDF Kamplet, and affiliated of the Chin National Front (CNF) continues. According to a public statement released on April 9th, after the junta troops withdrew from Kamplet on December 22, 2024, under their own strategy, ULAAA and CDF Kampala began forcibly recruiting local youth, including minors, and reportedly engaging in human rights abuses such as threatening parents with weapons and abducting children. The statement from Zone 5 residents claimed that on March 28, CDF Kamplet abducted seven underage youths, three girls and four boys from Maja village in Maja village tract and forced them to attend military training. As a result, the people of Kamplet's Zone 5 declared that they can no longer accept the action of ULA, AA, and CDF Kamplet, citing forced conscription and illegal extortion. They further warned that if the recruitment of children into military service and forced collection of money continues, the people will unite and launch collective resistance against those groups. CNF congratulates Chin Brotherhood and allies for victory in Falam battle. On April 10th, the Chin National Front CNF issued a statement expressing pride and congratulations to the Chin Brotherhood and all allied forces for their success in capturing Falam town under the framework of the Chin Brotherhood operation. The statement emphasized that this victory represents an important milestone in the broader revolution aimed at dismantling the military dictatorship in Myanmar and building a genuine federal democratic union, securing full self determination for the Chin people and establishing a strong and united Chinland. CNF also called on all revolutionary forces to continue the fight toward these shared goals. The Chilean Council also released a statement on the same day honoring a full takeover of the LIB 268, a key military base of the junta in Falam, by the Chin Brotherhood and allied forces. The council paid tribute to the brave revolutionary soldiers who sacrificed their lives in battle and expressed deep respect and pride for their heroic contributions. It reaffirmed its commitment to fight alongside the Chin people and all revolutionary forces until the complete fall of the military dictatorship and the realization of a federal democracy and a sovereign, self determined Chin state. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Defense under the National Unity Government NUG also released a statement praising the Chin Brotherhood and its allies for their remarkable success in capturing Falam. NUG reports civilian casualties and ongoing airstrikes despite temporary ceasefire announcement. On April 9th, the National Unity Government NUG's Human Rights Department released a statement revealing that 72 civilians lost their lives within a week due to airstrikes and heavy weapon assaults launched by the military junta, despite the ongoing earthquake disaster affecting the country. According to verified information gathered from March 28 to April 8th, the military junta conducted 92 airstrikes and heavy weapon assaults during that week alone. Among the deceased, 6 children under the age of 18 and 30 women were included, while 91 civilians sustained injuries. The statement highlighted that the worst hit regions, particularly Sagaing and Mandalay, suffered 18 airstrikes each. Although the military junta had announced a temporary ceasefire from April 2nd to April 22nd, the NUG confirmed continued attacks in regions such as Chin, Kachin, Rakhine, Mandalay, Sagaing, Ayeyarwady, Magway, Shan, Karenni, Bago, Karen, and Mon. That concludes our news for Chinland this week. Thank you very much for supporting VOC and have a good week.